Welcome to this first video in the FDP Expanded Clearinghouse video instructional series. This video will help you get started by adding your organization and begin to manage users for the Expanded Clearinghouse profile that you are creating. We have assumed by the time that you get to this video that you've already sent an email to fdpechelp@gmail.com and told FDP what organization you want to add and who you want to be your primary user and what their email address is. If you haven't done that yet, please start there. You will get back what your password will be for this system, and now is the point to begin working with the instructions I'm about to give you. First, navigate to the FDP Expanded Clearinghouse site. That's fdpclearinghouse.org. You should see it in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. The first thing you're going to want to do is to log in so the system knows where you're coming from. You'll have the opportunity to enter your email address and then the password that you were given and to log in. At this point, if you've already been in the system, or you may see the name of your organization there already listed, but if not, or if you need to add one, you can click on Add Organization. If you see your profile already there, it's because it was created by the FDP EC Help Desk, and then you can just go ahead and start editing it. We'll get to that point in just a minute. But if you don't see your organization, please click on Add Organization, enter the full legal name of your university, and then you have an opportunity to enter the common name of your organization. Now, it's important to think carefully about this name because this is how people will search for your university or organization in the clearinghouse. If you use a nickname, that may be fine, but remember then that's the only way people will be able to find your organization. For example, if you put in UCLA, if someone is looking for University of California, Los Angeles, they won't be able to find you. So think carefully about how you want the name to appear. You do have the option to put in your full name, like University of California, Los Angeles, with parentheses UCLA, if that's appropriate. Once you've gone ahead and do that, I'm going to add my Rochester campus. You'll then next put in your EIN number. You'll notice there that there's a little picture there that says 2 characters dash and then a series of more characters. That will help you get the number correct and know what the number should look like. Next, you're going to put in the DUNS number for your organization. It's extremely important that you get the DUNS number right. It needs to match whatever your SAM record is. This will be checked when your profile is validated by FDP. Once you've completed those entries, click Save. You're now seeing the basic screen that contains your profile. Before we go ahead and move through the various tabs and learn how to enter data into them, I want to stop and show you how to manage users. What you do when you come to this screen is go up and click on the Manage Users button. From there, you're going to see whoever was initially set up to be the person using your profile, to create your profile, and that person is going to have default rights as the user manager and the profile editor. You can edit this person's rights by clicking on the Edit button. At this point, you can see this person already has user manager and profile editor roles. If it's appropriate, this person can also be an authorized profile certifier. Remember that you can only have one profile certifier for each organization. If you want it to be this person, you can click this button. Otherwise, what you're going to do is add a different person as your authorized profile certifier in just a minute. Before you leave this screen, however, it's important that you add in the title of the person that's listed here. This will only need to happen once when you first go in, and then it will store that. you do have an option also for what's something called the display email. What that is a generic central email. If every time you want this person contacted, instead of using their personal unique account email, you want it to use something generic, such as awards at UMN or something like that, you can click in here, add that email, and save it, and then that person will have both their personal email and a display email. The display email will be the default email that's used for that person, but the administrators of FDP can see behind the scenes and get to the unique account email if someone is not responding to the generic email address. Once you have this person's profile set up the way you want it to be, click on the Save button, and you'll see again them on the user list. Now what you're going to want to do is add users to the system. So you can click here to add a user, and you're going to be asked to enter their email address. When you're done entering the email, click Next, and it will give you an opportunity to add their name and their title and decide what roles you want them to have. In this case, the person's first and last name and title already came up because he already has a role on one of these other profiles. If he didn't, you'd have to manually enter all of these fields here. In this case, I want Kevin to be a user manager, a profile editor, and I want him to be the authorized profile certifier. You can make this person be any one, any two, or all three of these roles. But again, remember, there can be only one authorized profile certifier. Click Save, and again, now you'll see that person on this list as well. When we get to the actual profile, we'll teach you about contacts. Contacts are different than users in that contacts are people that are listed in your profile that you may wish to go to if you have a specific question. For example, a question about FFATA reporting, and you want to know who that organization's FFATA point of contact is. Users are people that are actually working and using in the system. In this case, I want to have a different person serve as our primary user manager, because I'm going to have this person manage all the accounts for this organization. So I'll put in her address, her email address, and again it will prompt me to add in her name, I'm going to fix that there. In this case, I'm going to have it use one of the generic email addresses, and I'm only going to give her the rights to manage users. If I save that, you'll now see all three of these individuals listed on your profile. From here, once you're satisfied with this, that you have it the way you want it, you can simply leave it and go ahead and go into Edit Profile to begin actually managing and editing your profile. Again, you could also return to View mode simply to see your profile. If you need to edit any of these individuals or replace them, you can use this edit button. Perhaps Laura got promoted to Senior Operations Manager. You can do that and save it. Or you can change any of their roles that you want them to have. Add another one or take off one. And save it again, and that will be the role that you will see listed here. You can also remove the person entirely and replace them with whoever their replacement person is in this process as well. But for now, we'll stop here, and the next video will talk about how it is that you actually go in and create and edit your profile.